Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's time for another manhwa webtoon manga review. At this point, I don't know what to call it. I know it's in the manga section when you buy it. Technically, it's a manhwa, but technically, it was first a webtoon, so I don't know. It is the second volume of Not So Wicked Stepmom. It's actually a really good story. If you haven't seen volume 1, I do have a review on volume 1, and I'm going to continue reviewing this one because this is actually a very cute story, kind of a spin-off, reborn as the villain into the Snow White story, essentially, right? So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about what happens in this volume. Not too much in detail because I do want you guys to go buy it, but we will talk about it. First of all, thank you to Easy Press. Easy Press is a company right below Yem Press that releases a lot of webtoons in form of books. A lot of the series that I've recently have been really enjoying come from Easy Press. Now, Yem Press has a lot of good series, and there's series that are brand new, like this one, that I'm also enjoying. But when it comes to webtoons, they're doing home runs left and right. So check them out. I recommend you to go to my channel and just search Easy Press, and I will say any of those series are good, so check those out. They are full color, so you guys can buy them full color. They do have extra expensive price, but there is a website where you guys can buy for cheaper price. Choose the discounts there in the description below, so make sure you're supporting them. Also, guys, make sure you're liking, commenting, and sharing on this video because it doesn't help the company, but also it helps me. So do that. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it helps tremendously. So we have three main characters in this story. We have Queen Abigail, who is the protagonist, but also the villain who doesn't want to be a villain in this story. And then we have Princess Blanche, which is basically Snow White. Blanche is... it's white in French, I think. And then King Sabrian. Now, King Sabrian is the dad of the princess, and so it's actually questioned if he's even the dad of the princess. To be honest, I questioned it myself as well. I think she is the daughter of... From what I saw, I think she's only the daughter of the woman that the king married, and now that the queen is dead, he took her in as a princess. But I don't know if that's his actual daughter. I could be wrong. It could be his daughter, and we're just looking too much into it. But Queen Abigail does question it. Now, the volume can be divided into two main parts. One is the whole poison incident, and then two is the whole dance incident that we have in this volume. That's the two main parts of the volume. Now, there's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of characters that are introduced or reoccur from volume 1, like the Queen's Mirror, as well as some of the Queen's past members that she has to interact with. And again, she was reincarnated, but she wasn't reincarnated as a baby. She just took in the life of Abigail. So Abigail already had a life way before our protagonist was reincarnated into her life. So it is different, and it was different, but it shows that people don't know who she is now because she obviously was a different person beforehand. So the first half, what happens is there is a nanny who essentially was fired. Queen Abigail thought that she was treating the princess too rudely, as well as not feeding her properly, not letting her eat the sweets that she should be able to eat as a princess. So she kind of had a grudge against the queen from volume 1. And in volume 2, she tries to poison the princess to then blame it on the queen that, oh, the queen is not doing the right decisions for the princess, right? Well, it ended up being that the servant that gave the poison, messed up, gave it actually to the queen, and luckily it did end up with the queen because the dose that she put was enough to actually put the queen down for days, which means that if the princess would have taken it, she would have died. So there's this whole ordeal behind it. The king shows a little bit more compassion that we've seen him show the queen. The queen herself is furious at the fact that this happened. The mirror is actually a pretty key part of the whole investigating of who did it and why they did it. Because yeah, the servant was the one that did it, but she was instructed by the person that wanted to be vengeful against the queen. So yeah, that's the first half, I would say. The second half is her interacting with the princess, but also asking the king to dance with her in the next ball. Now, she says it in the way of, I don't want people to be questioning our marriage or our relationship, and she's being pressured by her own family to do this, but the king accepts. And at the same time, the princess wants to learn how to dance. So there's this whole ordeal where the queen is teaching the princess how to dance. She also designs dresses that they're going to match in this ball. And then the volume ends with the king showing up. He rehearses with the princess to dance. And then when he's about to rehearse with the queen, he is unable to do it. And that's how the volume ends. Now, I want to say, because the rumor around the story is that the king hasn't danced since the previous queen. So I want to say that what's going on is actually way more than him not knowing how to dance or not wanting to dance. I think because he does show some skills in this volume, is that maybe it was something that him and his loved one, the previous queen, did together, and he just doesn't want to do it with another woman. It's one of those precious things that, like, I feel like if you've never been in a deep relationship like that, maybe you would understand. And I mean, I've been with my wife for, gosh, over 10 years, if you count marriage, but also dating years. Over 10 years we've been together. And there's a lot of things that I would say I wouldn't want to do that with anyone else. Like, I don't see myself seeking anyone to do certain things, like simple, like sitting down in the living room and watching a show that we both share is not something that I seek someone to do. Like, I'm not looking out to friends or stuff like that to share shows, even though it's a normal thing to do. It's just something that I cherished doing with my wife, and I feel like I think he's in that position. So oh well, really good volume. Like I said, it is a good series. Easy read. It is very thick. It will take you a little bit to read, but it's worth the price. It really is. There is a link in the description below for you guys to buy this at a cheaper price. Go check it out. Give some love to it. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. Again, if you guys have not done so by now, subscribe and check out my other Easy Press, Yen Press, Yen On, J Novel Club reviews. Thank you again, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.